You don't
Testing.
know where about it.
You're driving? We're driving remote and everything. How long will it take? About 9.5 hours.
Hey.
I couldn't see you with that.
I know how to live around here.
Testing. 1, 2.
This might be a record meeting. There's 5 minutes.
I'm
So we only have like 4 hires and 2 resignations, and for those of us that have been in 3-hour meetings, I have a resignation. Sorry, my job. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, I'm not used to sitting this close to people.
Testing. 1, 2.
The meeting is called to order at 7:04 by me, Mrs. Adams. Let the record reflect that those present are Mrs. Gunter, Mr. Stroud, Mr. Hanger, Mr. Engel, and Dr. Hatton. It is recommended that the agenda for the July 1st, 2021 regular meeting be approved as presented with additions, corrections, or deletions as recommended by the board. I don't know that there are late items.
Yes, there are.
With the addition of some late items.
No, the late item. There was, I don't have that copy. You have the one, yeah, you have one. Yeah, there you go. I clicked the wrong one. Yeah, Madam President, we have 2 late items under 7-1-13. Number 1 will be the resignation of Laura Rainbolt, and then number 2 will be the resignation of Jamie Freed.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to accept this agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Engel. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Hanger. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. It is recommended that the minutes from the June 9th executive session and regular meeting be approved as presented. Is there any discussion on this? If not, may I have a motion to approve the minutes? Motion is made by Mrs. Gunner. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Stroud. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
All right, business office is recommended that claim numbers 595 through 656 be approved as presented.
May I have a motion to approve the claims?
I'll make that motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Hanger. May I have a second?
I'll say.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Are there any questions or comments here? If not, all those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Approval of payrolls is recommended the regular payrolls for July 9, July 23, and August 6, 2021 be approved for payment.
May I have a motion to approve the payrolls?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Stroud. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Engel. Any questions or comments here? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
We do not have any presentations at this time. And I don't believe we have anyone to participate. So we'll move on to personnel, if you don't mind. Resignations and retirements. Morgan Holland, North Harrison Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective June 9, 2021. Mary D. Howe, Morgan Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective December 17, 2021.
May I have a motion to accept these resignations?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mrs. Gunter. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Engel. Any questions or comments here?
Just a comment, or maybe a question. Did we not, hire Morgan, Holland last board meeting as a teacher?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
So she-
it's
So
a,
she's resigning from the position that
she should have been an aide, correct? Oh, okay. We had to resign from one position. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yes. The answer is yes.
So she resigned from one so she could take the other.
So you can take the other, sorry. I was confused by that moment.
Thank you.
And then I'd like to mention, Mary Howe, when she retires, she will have been with us 30 years.
And she did mention that she wants to stay in some capacity.
She wants to come back and volunteer and just try to do things at a little slower pace. Take some time off. She likes to travel. She has a travel bug, so that's her plan is when she retires to try to do a little traveling with the group and then come back and volunteer. So it'll help.
That'll be good. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Appointments, Larissa Mortensen, North Harrison Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective August 1st, 2021. Sherry Bauman, North Harrison Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective August 1st, 2021. Amanda King, North Harrison Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective August 1st, 2021. Leah Rainbow, North Harrison Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective August 1st, 2021. Kayla Owsley, Morgan Elementary Instructional Assistant, effective August 1st, 2021. And Danny Johnson, North Harrison High School English teacher. It's also going to be working with our drama, effective August 1st, 2021.
May I have a motion to accept these appointments?
I'll make that motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Hanger. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Any questions or comments here? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Under other items, North Harrison High School would like to recommend the approval of adopting McGraw-Hill World History and Civilization for the 2021 school year.
May I have a motion to accept this item?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Engel. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mrs. Gunter. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
It's recommended the board approve North Harrison Elementary School book rental fees for 21-22 for grades K through 5.
May I have a motion to accept this recommendation?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Stroud, seconded by?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Hanger. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
It's recommended the board approve Morgan Elementary School book rental fees for 21-22 for grades K through 5.
May I have a motion to accept this recommendation?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mrs. Gunter. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Engel. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
It's recommended,
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just had a comment on, the elementary, book fee. And again, I haven't had a chance to look into this, but with the using the computers more now than ever, I'm wondering if our fees are coming down any, or are they staying about the same? Hopefully they're not going up.
They're not really going up, but what you're now paying for really is the digital content. And the books and the workbooks are being more or less given to you to accommodate the digital content.
I wondered about that.
So, no, you're not going to see, and we consider all this computer stuff. There's still a whole team of folks in behind that developing that curriculum, putting together the software. So I would say their upfront cost probably in the development of those programs is as much as it's ever been.
Okay.
But no, we're not seeing a reduction in cost. Now, there are cases where we're just getting digital content, and that could slightly reduce the cost. But in general, what we're finding is they are basically now telling you that they're selling you the digital content, and they'll give you the books, for free.
Well, there a few years ago, books all across the board were outside.
Outside.
And that just really irritated me.
I would say it seems just in a broad scope that where our price point right now is about where it's been,
Yeah.
plus or minus for several years. It's not gone up dramatically.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question too. As far as the fee for the Chromebooks, or do they pay anything for Chromebooks?
No, they do not. We cover all costs for Chromebooks. Several years, we cover all that.
Okay.
Several years back, we used to supplement part of the book rental with Riverboat money. And gosh, 4 years ago, I think we pulled that back and reallocated that to Chromebooks. So we make a point with Riverboat and with our other funds that we do not charge a technology fee.
Can I interject one thing?
You can.
I just got new books, digital and print, and I've had to interface with the textbook company and not North Harrison Technology because our technology department can't keep up with every digital copy of a book that's out there. So we may have to look at putting something else in place because I'm at their mercy and I'm doing it right now all summer, but if we have teachers with new material during the school year, they may not get back to them for a week or so.
Well, the challenge many times, and for those of you that if you're watching online, the question was about the support of our digital textbooks with our technology department. What we have run into is, I know we had a situation with the elementary literature adoption 2 years ago. It's pretty simple for us to connect and get you that portal to be able to access the digital content. We don't host the digital content.
No, we
So
don't.
it's not a situation where our guys or girls are doing anything. What many times happens is what we found is that we'll set up our portal, we'll set up our link, we'll give you all that, and then crickets from the textbook company. For example, we had trouble with McGraw-Hill.
That's the one.
And it was that they didn't play nice with Google, or they didn't play nice with the version of Google that we were running.
It does not run with our Chromebook.
And so, or it doesn't run with the newer Chromebook, it only runs with the older Chromebook. So there are some technical issues that we have encountered in that regard. What I have largely found is it is not through a fault of our technology folks.
No.
It's through a fault of being able to, and it aggravates me because McGraw-Hill rolls in, or any of these folks roll in, they say, oh, we've got it, here we go, it's just turnkey. And it's not really turnkey.
Which means I need a backup copy of a hard textbook. and
Yeah,
I
then you're
have
stuck.
that printed material that
Yeah,
I
you're stuck with that.
Yeah.
So, we are, in that front though, we are reallocating we will have some more technology support this year. But anytime we get a new textbook program with a new digital product, there is no doubt that we have hiccups getting it to launch. And I will tell you though, typically within a couple of weeks at the start of school, we get at least a structure in play where it will go. All of our Chromebooks are fairly new, so if it's a Chromebook issue, then that's a McGraw-Hill issue because it's not that the Chromebooks aren't new enough to adapt or to be utilized.
In my case, my Chromebook's old. I don't
Oh,
have
well, we'll
it.
take care of that.
But the teachers
Chromebooks
in
are-
high school, they're
We'll take care of that. All right, I don't have any discussion items at this point or informational items. Oh, how about number 4? Oh, yeah. It's recommended that the board approve the updates to high school handbook and course description for 21-22 school year.
May I have a motion to accept this recommendation? Motion is made by Mr. Engel. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Stroud. Any comments or discussion here? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and do under discussion items. I'll go ahead and right now kind of talk because I know that Caitlin needs a headline for her article. It is, and please don't make it McGraw-Hill data doesn't work. Because the big question everybody has all summer is, well, how are we coming back to school? What format are we planning to come back to school? And I know that Lanesville's already kind of put out there that they're coming back mask optional. And for all intent and purposes, it's my belief that we'll be able to come back mask optional. As long as nothing unforeseen happens between now and the start of school. And I know there's still a lot of news out there on COVID, but really, largely the news on COVID in our region is still very positive. A significant portion of our population has been vaccinated. We had to shut down the drive-through vaccine clinic just because it had been, so all that's being operated now out of the health department as well as the testing. So I feel like as a community, we're in pretty good shape in this moment. You know, we still need to remember the COVID's out there. There could be some unforeseen things. We've heard about the variant and other stuff, but we ended the year very strong. We ended the year on a high note in terms of contact tracing and quarantining. We're very likely to have to do some contact tracing, some quarantining in the coming year. We don't know what that will look like in this moment. But it's our intention to be back in person, having all of our students be a part of our school day. But we should be able to return to school in a mask optional situation, giving those choices back to parents. Move on. All right, late items.
Go.
Okay. Under late items, Laura Rainbow, North Harrison High School girls soccer coach resignation effective June 25th, 2021.
May I have a motion to accept this resignation? Motion is made by Mrs. Gunter. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Hanger. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Jamie Freed, Morgan Elementary School Instructional Assistant, resignation effective July 1st, 2021.
May I have a motion to accept this resignation? Motion is made by Mr. Stroud. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Engel. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Board member communication, coming down to Mrs. Gunter.
I want to go back to this downloading of the books and stuff again real quick. I know that you said maybe McGraw-Hill's got some issues with their stuff. As far as teachers go and downloading and things like that, I guess it's a two-part question. Number one, is this something that will be taken care of before the kids come back to school?
Yes.
Okay, and then number two, I guess, as far as our technology department goes, how in-depth do they get? Is it up to each individual teacher to figure out the books, or does that something that the technology department takes care of?
It's a technology, it's a partnership. So
Okay.
once we get a new adoption, for example, if the adoption that you just had here from McGraw-Hill World Civilization, if that has, McGraw-Hill has a portal, so each of their items will then be in their portal or in their website, and so it'll be our job to make sure that we have that connection, that we have the devices ready to go. It's always a little bit bumpy when you're getting a brand new series, especially now with the data side of it. But for example, if the teachers' machines are older and they have to have a new machine, they'll get a new machine. And if fact, I know that a significant portion of our teacher machines are being replaced and we have orders in for that for this summer. So that's part of our overall technology plan, because they have to have the latest up-to-date machine. And, you know, Chromebooks have become the way. I mean, that's just Google Classroom and all of that. But there's kind of a planned obsolescence with them. They go about 4 years, and they'll still work. It's just that the updates and the software won't necessarily run as quickly on those. And so we will be updating any teacher machines that are reflective of that. There will not be a technology issue from our end in making that run. If there's a problem with it, it's going to be McGraw-Hill.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure on that. Thank you.
On an unrelated note, I'm glad to announce that we have the restrooms up in the high school gym completed. They have been plumbed, they've been painted. I think the custodians have to do the cleaning on them, but what a great relief this will be for some of the people who have to sit upstairs. I think I said that correctly, didn't I? But anyway.
You did say that correctly.
Certainly a relief for many of us who have to climb those steps downstairs to use the restroom. So I think our fans will really appreciate it. I don't know how many of our fans know that we've actually done this, but as of today, I think it's about ready to go. So I think that's good news.
There's your headline: restrooms provide relief.
And I want to thank those people who have recently resigned for being at North Harrison for as long as they have, and we do appreciate all the work that they have done and hope all goes well for them in the future.
I'm happy that Danny Johnson is rejoining the North Harrison family, and I welcome him back. I do appreciate those folks that have worked and served with us. I am looking forward to this school year. I'm looking forward to having students back in the building in a normal, far more normal capacity as we move forward for in-person instruction. I feel really good about where we are and where we're going. We're ready to go.
It is recommended that the meeting be adjourned at 7:24 p.m. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion is made by Mr. Stroud. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mrs. Gunter. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
I had hours drove home.
You do? Listen, I came into school one day this week for Dylan Martin at 5-star, and he started touching the screen, and I went, that doesn't work.
Then you've got one of the